John Jacobson with sports. There's an old saying that goes, the game must go on. But for athletes, coaches, and high school athletic directors in Minnesota this spring, the question is, what game? These are not the signs of spring that we are looking for. The spring that was already late to arrive wasn't helped by the 1.5 feet of snow dumped here over the weekend.
I've been here 15 years in this position, and I think it was 5 years ago we had a storm that kind of dumped a little bit on us. That took us back a couple weeks setback, and we did some adjusting on schedules, but nothing like what we have been dealt now this weekend.
At Armstrong High School, Patty Weldon is trying to find space for their spring sports teams who play games, meets, and matches on campus. Tennis, baseball, softball, lacrosse, and track and field. Every school, though, is in the same boat. And when the games do begin, there are other challenges.
If there's not enough officials available, we just don't have it. You know, the high school league's working with us, downsizing games. We can eliminate the mandatory officials needed per game. So those are all helpful things to us. But as a conference with the Northwest Suburban, we have already decided if you can't get your conference games in, you just can't get them in.
At the Maple Grove Sports Dome next to Maple Grove High School, the District 279 schools have space to share during the day for practices. And starting this week, games. Osseo softball is hosting a doubleheader today.
It's been a godsend for all of our sports to be able to come in here just to get a feel in a bigger space than being in a gym. So it's nice to have this at our use.
While the Maple Grove Dome is great for softball and even lacrosse games, the space is too small for baseball games. And the prospect for playing outside on grass anytime soon is not good, even with the expected warm-up this weekend.
We still need frost to come out of the ground after the snow melts, and then for that to dry. Then we have to work on the field. So softball, baseball, we're still a few weeks out, I think, before we can get a game on those fields.
The bottom line is the regular season will be shortened as everybody tries to make the best of a bad situation.
You know, it's just the cards we were dealt, and that's what happens when you live in Minnesota. And, you know, I'm very fortunate with the crew we're working with here. We're all working together trying to make this thing the best we can.
High school golfers probably have it the worst this year. Schools have no control over when local courses open, and both Patty Weldon and Bill Kwan told us it could be 3 weeks before competition begins.